Welcome back to our Careers in Kinesiology series here at San Diego Mesa College. My name is Todd Curran, professor of Kinesiology, Exercise Science, and Health Education. We have the pleasure of having Damien Joyner here. He's a certified personal trainer, had a lot of experience in the field. Excited to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Get right into it. So at the beginning of your career, you graduated from high school. Tell us a little bit about your schooling, what you decided to do when you got out of high school.
After high school, I moved to Ohio, went to Antioch College for undergrad.
Okay.
Very, very small liberal arts school, kind of in the middle of nowhere. I majored in international relations there.
International relations. Okay, so totally different than personal training. Which a lot of personal trainers go on to different fields.
Right.
How did it start for you to say, hey, I think that wasn't really my goal, liberal arts, or even I think I saw that you went into some law
Correct,
school.
yes.
Tell me how that kind of progressed.
It's been a journey. I mean, after, in undergrad, my focus was international relations in regards to freedom of expression issues. So I did some work internationally in regards to writing and speaking. And then post-graduation, I looked into graduate schools. Didn't work out, so I started working in nonprofit arena. So I did some work in public schools in Chicago, helping broker food programs for kids in the schools, and also worked with the ACLU.
Okay.
As well. And that's what got me interested in the law schools for American and Civil Sweden. So there I spoke to high school students on behalf of the ACLU regarding to educating them about their rights.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So rewarding work, enjoyed it, but then something shifted in your mindset and like, hey, I really want to get into fitness, into personal training.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that journey.
Well, that journey was I took the bar 3 times, didn't pass, moved on. That's the Cliff Notes version.
Okay.
But it was really reinventing myself after I kind of really forgave myself for not passing the bar, because if anybody's taken that test at that level, there's this feeling that the sky is going to fall if you don't pass it.
Right.
And it was finally I got over that and realized I could reinvent myself. I didn't fail. I could still move on. And I worked at farmers markets for a while. I worked for the county government also as well too. And I kept circling fitness. I was like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a personal trainer. And then finally somebody said you can give it a shot, and I'm still doing it. And I just really surprised how much I really enjoyed doing it at the time.
Yeah. So you started personal training in Chicago, is that right?
Yep, here.
Oh,
Yep,
here.
San Diego.
Okay. What brought you from that area to San Diego?
Law school.
Law school.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly.
So came to law school, started personal training. Tell us how you got involved with personal training in terms of certifications and how did it even start in the first place?
Okay. I certified with ACE,
Okay.
personal training there. And I kept seeing a lot of things talking about doing your own thing. I knew I wanted to have my own baby, my own business. And so I had that, and I went to 24 Hour Fitness for an interview, like, oh, we can't work with you because you have your own business. And I was like, it's just a name. So I was just, all right, fine, I'm going to do it myself.
Right.
And I found a small boutique gym in San Diego to kind of learn from people who knew what they were doing.
Okay.
And I was doing that, then I was working there for a while, and when I got my clarity about my demographic, that's where I kind of branched out to other places.
Right. So let's go back to, it sounds like you did some job shadowing. What's your experience with the job shadowing and maybe what you were learning and what you learned the most on that?
I think really you learn, your personality is going to be part of your training. You have to learn how to communicate with people, how to read them, how to modify exercises. And like, what's intimidating for me when first starting, like every trainer needed to know about modification all the time. Like, how did you know that? And so that was the most frustrating part for me starting off. But really, and of course, I did a lot of group classes, and that's kind of a different beast because you have to be able to command the room.
Right.
Music's important. The programming is important, be able to think about that and not freak out in front of everybody in front of you.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So I think you touched on a really good juxtaposition where a lot of students feel like, I don't know if I can do things on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so much knowledge to gain
Right.
for, personal training, for how the body moves, how the body works. How would you recommend to students who are going in and going, there's so much information, I just don't know what to do with it all? What would you
I think, honestly, you're going to know more than the person in front of you. You're going to know more than that client.
Yeah.
And even if you just finished studying it, you have all this stuff going through your head, being confident goes a long way. It's okay if you don't know, you know the basics. And if you shadow people, just watch them interact with clients or talk to them and ask questions, they're used to helping you. You can really learn a lot that way.
Yeah, fantastic. You talked about your own space, your own gym. You also are doing some other things with UCSD. Describe a little bit of what you're doing over there at UCSD.
UCSD, it's a program called Work Strong. All UFC schools have this program. It's basically for employees who are injured on the job. And so every school is different in regards to how many sessions, but here in San Diego, they get 21 sessions with a health coach, which is me, 6 sessions, massages, and I think like 4 or so nutrition.
Wow.
And so this is all free. And so obviously with these clientele, we're not just getting after, they're coming to us after an injury, after PT. Mostly nurses, some grounds people, it's also desk jobs, but we have to get them to a place where they can move without injury, where they can move further.
Right. as a career, obviously, I think the biggest question that a lot of students have are, hey, personal training sounds like a great thing to do on the side, but is it possible to make a career out of just personal training in San Diego?
It is. It's not easy. You're getting paid by the hour.
Right.
When you're not working, you're not making money. And that's usually my biggest frustration is that, when you're not, you want that disposable income to be able to, have conversations, go out for dinner where there's money still coming in. But when you're working hourly, it doesn't happen.
Right.
It is possible. It just depends really what your priorities are and also your demographic.
Right.
And also where you want to work. If you want to work at a big box gym and spend the hours there, you could possibly do it. The pay might be less. If you want to work on your own, like where I work out of at the gym there at Goruck Fitness, honestly, it's a better rate compared to other places where I take a percentage out of your money that you're making with your clients.
Right. So let's go over to back to the big box gym. A lot of people figure, hey, I need to start at a 24-hour YMCA, LA Fitness, whatever it is. Describe, I know you had a little bit of experience, or describe information that you know about the big box and maybe some recommendations for students who might want to go into it.
I could try. Honestly, I haven't had that much experience there, but I think the main thing with big box gym is that you need experience with as many people as you can and figure out who you want to focus on working with. And I've worked in other places, like I worked in San Marcos with Golden Door, and there every week I had different clients every week. And so the more clients you see, the more experience you get, and you kind of hey, I like working with that kind of client. That doesn't work. And so that way you have more focus about who you want to work with.
Right, absolutely. And it sounds like you found your niche.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that journey a little bit, because I think it's super important when you get into a industry, especially personal training, not to do everyone from 10 years old to 75 years old. And so I think you found your niche in what I've read, over 50-year-old population.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit how you decided to come upon that and the experiences working with that population.
Honestly, it was just a client when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, that she was 83 at the time, and she was very vigilant. She walked every day and came in, and just seeing how much she was able to use what we read in the gym to everyday life, and just she was excited to do it. And usually people, they assume, oh, they're old, like they're just, it's over, we're over the hill, they don't care. But she was so excited and motivated to work out because she wanted to live her best life. And that was exciting. And also too, personally, I think that demographic gets it a little bit more about why they should work in the gym so they can be stronger, because they know people, either themselves or other people who have issues getting out of a chair, picking things up, playing with grandkids, walking upstairs. And they can understand immediately, hey, I can do this because of that. Not because I want a six-pack. That's great and all, but they have a little more functional aspect of exercise.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. So right now, how many clients are you training, work week for you as a personal trainer, including not only your business, but maybe over at UCSD and anything else that you might be doing?
UCSD, I'm there Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. It fluctuates. A lot of the nurses that I train there, they have rolling schedules, so we just reschedule every week. So usually I'm there maybe from 7 in the morning until about noon or 1, and then I'll come to the gym, my own gym, to work with my clients as well too. And then after that, I also do some work with ACE, and sometimes there's a project coming through. I might be writing an article or doing the phone interview. So could be time back home on the computer as well too.
Right.
Yeah.
So typically your clients are afternoon, evenings right now at your own personal gym?
I have some in the mornings. One day of the week I'll be mostly with my clients. It just depends.
Okay, great.